A few weeks ago, I bought this bike for just 500 bucks. It's an old Yamaha TTR 125, and after a few repairs, a carb clean, some fresh gas, and a bit of starting fluid, she fired right up. And it actually runs surprisingly well. So we took this certified ripper on its first shakedown test drive, and she never skipped a beat. And then I had a bright idea. Why not take this perfectly running bike and get an Amazon big bore kit for $110? And just a couple weeks later, this is what showed up. What you're looking at here is a 150 big bore kit. We get a brand new cylinder, piston, rings, wrist pin, rocker arms, camshaft, and all the necessary gaskets. And these parts are definitely top-notch quality. Now, aside from the big bore kit, we do have some other items. If you remember in the last video, our clutch cable is broke. We don't have a rotor or a lever. And I also got another Amazon carb here. But I didn't think that much farther ahead because I should have got an upgraded larger carb or larger jets, I guess. Because obviously I'm going to be upping the displacement of the engine. It's going to need more air, more fuel. But I'm just going to go ahead and install this cheap $110 big bore kit and hope for the best for now. If I have to, I'll get a larger carb after, once I see that it actually runs and whatnot. But a bit closer look here at this little big bore kit. I mean, you can see the casting stuff is here. It's not real great. The cylinder is actually not that bad. The piston, on the other hand, my God, it's so rough looking. It does fit in here though, so should be alright, I guess. Got some rocker arms and stuff here, wrist pin, our rings, gaskets. This is our little camshaft. I mean, it seems to be okay. I want to be optimistic and I want to say that this big bore kit is going to work great, but I really don't know. So watch to the end of this video and we're going to find out if this thing is going to be a certified ripper or a certified piece of trash. Let's get to work. Cross your fingers that they actually come out and don't twist off. They actually weren't seized too bad. Now we're going to drain out the oil. And while the oil is draining, we're going to pop out this spark plug. The oil is pretty much drained out now, so I'm just going to put the plug back in so I don't forget it later. Alright, so what you're looking at here now is a pile of parts. Will it ever go back together? Who knows? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish that I went with like the BBR 150 kit or something like that. Comes with literally everything that you need. The BBR kit, I'm pretty sure, comes with the exhaust system, a bigger carburetor, and obviously higher quality parts. But for $110, we're gonna try it out. Let's waste my money and not yours. Pop out these two plugs right here. These are the ones that gotta come off for you to check your timing and whatnot. Oh my God. This one's coming. Yeah, this one here. Oh my God. No need of that. Oh my God. This should just come right off, guys. Give it a few taps with the hammer. Hopefully that'll break away any bit of corrosion or whatever's holding on. Wow. If I turn this, there's a mark here that needs to line up. Right there. That is top dead center. So this is where we put our 70mm socket. You turn the crank here. There's a mark that you can see right here, and you can see that little bump in there, the mark that'll line up with that point, the bump. Come up here to our camshaft, and this mark right here got to line up with this bump. And that is how you put one of these bikes on its timing. And I'll be 100% honest with you, all these bikes are kind of the same. If you've done one, you've done them all. These are just like a single cam, little chain, and a gear. Very simple timing system. Off comes the tensioner. Pop off your cam gear. Now we just got 2 Allens and 4 of these bigger bolts here on top of the head. And we can haul the head right off of her. Okay. The head is off. Pull out the guide, give the cylinder a couple taps with the hammer. And off comes the cylinder, which is in like new condition. I just love creating extra work for myself. So the next thing we gotta do now is remove that piston. Before we do that, I'm gonna stuff some rags or paper towels down in the base there, so that way my C-clips don't fall down in the base. I would not love that for me. We got 1 C-clip. Now we can push the pin out the other side and haul out the piston. So obviously this is my old and this is my new, and you can see that the piston is actually noticeably bigger. And when I take this piston here, it doesn't even fit in this bore with like not even any rings on it. And this one right here will literally just slide right down in this one, rings and all. So we're definitely getting a big bore here. In the words of Beyonce, now we can put a ring on it. Make sure to give everything a good coat of lube as you're going. Now we can pop the piston back in her and install the new C-clips. Okay, so now it's time to install the cylinder. And I'm just looking it over and I found something bad on it. This must have been dropped or something in shipping, because right here, there's a big dent. And I'll just show you. You see that right there in the corner, that raised ledge? This thing was definitely dropped during shipping. So I'm gonna have to take this to the machine shop. Perfect. Now that we're back from the machine shop, we can install the cylinder. Oh! Do you see what I just done? I just spent all of that time getting all the rings all compressed right nice to get that cylinder on. I forgot the gasket. Wow. Just pop this back off. Come over here and grab this paper one, goes on the bottom. Idiot. Now that we got Mr. Gasket on there, we can reinstall our cylinder. Alright, we got our cylinder and piston and gasket on. Next thing we gotta do now is this head. We gotta get out this old camshaft and rocker arms, so that way we can install our new Amazon ones. I've done a bit of research, you know, ChatGPT, Google, you know, research. This camshaft gotta come out. I got 2 shafts here for my rocker arms, they gotta come out. There's a bolt here and a retainer. That gotta come out first. Here's a deadly trick that I found online. In order to get out this camshaft and the 2 slider pins for my rocker arms, you gotta make like a little slide hammer. And what you wanna do here is find yourself a bolt, like yay big, and just a socket, like a 1/2 inch socket. Do this. Now essentially what you have here is a slide hammer. And then all you do is you take a little homemade slide hammer, screw this into the camshaft, and start plucking. I'm sure you're all used to that. Alright, so maybe it's not as easy as to say it is online. We're going to put some heat here and hopefully get it out that way. If I apply heat to it, I should heat it up enough that it'll be easier to come out. Woo! Just like that, buddy. Special tool. Sure you're looking at the special tool. Alright, she's all disassembled. Camshaft, rocker arms and whatnot. The rocker arms that were in the bike were these, just these here. But the rocker arms that are going in it, got these rollers on it. I don't know if it's the same. I don't know if it's better. I don't know. Camshaft looks to be the same. So I'm going to take some time now. I'm going to inspect everything, go through it, and I'm going to put the camshaft and the rocker arms that come with the kit in the head. And I'll pick you guys back up when I already put this head back on the bike. Now enjoy watching me struggle while I try to maneuver this head in over all of this stuff. It is a pretty tight fit. It came off really tight. So I'm assuming it's going to be Probably quite the task to get it back on. But we'll see that now. Don't worry, I cut out all the curse words. Once the head is on, we can install our head bolts and definitely torque them to spec. Click, click. I actually lodged the bike down on our side because I found it was easier to get the cam chain over the cam gear like this. Alright, got the head on, got everything torqued down, got my timing all set up. I don't know if you can see in there, but my marks are on up here. Now, I will tell you though, the old camshaft, which is over in that box, and this one here. So, this sprocket, there's a little tab here that goes into a slot in the end of the camshaft. I actually had to take the grinder and just ever so slightly kind of grind a little bit just to shave a little bit of material off of the sprocket. It's not too bad. It's on there now. It's torqued down. Seems to work. I've spun the engine over like 100 times probably just with the wrench. Seems to spin best kind. Top her up with 1 liter of 10W40. Before I reinstall everything else, let's just give her a sniff and see if it'll fire up. Now that we know it'll run, let's grab our brand new Amazon carb, install our new plunger, the new choke plunger thingy, tighten up our cables, install the carburetor and clamp her down. Now we can continue on with the rest of the stuff, like the exhaust, gas tank, plastic side panels, and finally the seat. Now it's time to actually try and start it. We got gas, our choke is on. I'm assuming that it's going to run, but at wide open throttle, I'm assuming it's going to kind of choke out. Obviously, because of the bigger displacement, I guess. I think she sounds a lot better. It's the next morning and I'm well caffeinated. And before we take this thing out for a rip, we got a couple smaller repairs to finish, like getting these front brakes to work. This bike has a master cylinder and a caliper, but no brake rotor and no brake lever. And today that's going to change. All the parts you see me install in this video all came from Amazon. And all this added up together was only about 300 bucks. So a $500 bike and $300 in repairs leaves me about $800 into this machine. Not too shabby. Now that we got our rotor on, let's go ahead and install that brake lever. These are also the unbreakable levers, and they're blue, so you know, we should go faster. And just like that, we got working front brakes. I tried to replace the clutch handle too, but it didn't fit. So let's reinstall the old one and move on. Now you probably noticed I did not replace my clutch cable, and that's because the repair I made in the last video is still holding strong. But I'll keep it anyways, just in case it ever breaks. Now we got a free exhaust mod. I'm sure everybody done this with their first bike. Don't need that. We can throw that in the garbage. Let's grab the yellow brain bucket. I gotta try and protect my last 2 brain cells. And let's go for a rip.
Limbo.
She got noticeably more power. You can notice it right off the bat. You can just haul her up in second gear and do a wheelie. Couldn't do that before without popping the clutch. So I can only imagine with the larger carburetor, because right now she just got the big bore kit and I hauled the baffle with the exhaust, but if she actually had like an exhaust system and maybe a bigger carburetor, it'd probably be a big difference. Notice at top end, kind of top speed, but just bombing around in second gear, a lot more torque it feels like.
I can see how this is going to end.
Noticeably more torque. Don't notice much on top speed. Whew. The carburetor's holding up fine. I thought I would have to get a bigger carburetor, but the stock one is doing fine. She's not choking out or nothing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, check me out on Patreon. Link is down in my description. See ya.